Hello, Geneva. I'm Mayor Kevin Burns, and this is another edition of Business Beat. I'm joined by my good friend, the daughter of the owner and proprietor of the Gift Box at 310 West State Street, the beautiful Maria Jonsson.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Maria. How are you?
Fine.
It's such a pleasure to be in your shop.
Yeah, it's been here a long time.
It has been here a long time. It's been here for more than 50 years.
65.
Unbelievable.
I believe
You
it's
believe?
65. Yeah, 1947 is when it opened.
1940.
My godmother, Edith Anderson, opened it.
Edith Anderson opened the store. At what location did she open the first store?
Same location.
Incredible.
At that time, you know, for women to open their own businesses
Sure.
was very, very unusual. And my godmother was kind of like a grandmother to me.
Is that right?
And I kind of grew up in this store, and
Really?
and her and I were very close. And at that time, women didn't have businesses. You know,
So
very
you were
unusual.
put to work at a young age.
Well, actually, I didn't start working here kind of part-time until I was like 15, 16.
That's a young age.
Yeah, you know, 'cause
Absolutely.
I kind of got into the business at
Wow.
16, probably 15, 16.
65
But at
years.
16 is when you can work legally, so that's when I started.
Well, sure. But you know how the Swedes are. You
Yeah,
never
right.
know.
Yeah, right.
My goodness. So 65 years, always evolving.
Yes,
But always-
it's been through a lot of ups and downs
Has it?
and changes, and with the economy, definitely it's impacted our business. But we're trying to keep it running and maybe revitalize it too in the future. And
Well, I know when people come to town and they ask, where can I get some, a Dala horse, or where can I get something
Yeah.
authentic Scandinavian?
which is a symbol of Swedish days.
I know it is.
Yeah,
It's incredible,
yeah,
isn't it?
And when my godmother had the store, of course, Geneva was very different.
Sure.
Geneva was, everybody had a costume on, and my godmother actually, going through some old advertisements for
Oh,
the gift
wow.
box, she would actually sell costumes.
Really?
And at that time, it wasn't as expensive as it is now.
Sure.
But she was a big part, and other people, not just my godmother Edith, was a big part of bringing the real Swedish to Geneva.
Wow.
And my dream is to really, would it be great to bring a little bit of that back?
Sure.
So that people, kind of like Lindsborg, Kansas.
Of course.
Have you been?
I'm very familiar with it.
They're a little more into, they have a lot more shops and things.
Right.
But it would be wonderful to bring some of that Swedish back to Geneva, like
But
the old days, a little bit.
But isn't it nice to be the only, or perhaps the most authentic Swedish shop in town?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kinda neat.
It is kind of cool, yeah. And they have Stockholm Cafe, is down there.
Absolutely.
That is kind of a nice little touch too. And
It's a wonderful. You've got a great
So-
little Swedish neighborhood.
Now we
right
just
here.
need a Swedish bakery and a Swedish deli.
Is
Then
that
we'd be
all?
set.
Well, perhaps you'll open those.
Oh yeah, right.
Now, we're standing in the
that would
very
be great.
location where it all began 65 years ago.
yeah.
And
Same store.
This is the same hardwood
Same beat up
floor.
old
It
floor.
creaks.
It's
It's exciting. We've got customers in this morning already. So what can you tell me? What can you tell me about the gift box that perhaps some of our viewers don't know? Because I think everyone who
there's a lot of
knows
new
Geneva
people,
well,
too, that
there
are
are.
coming in.
There are.
Geneva has changed so much in the last 20, 25 years.
Sure has.
It's becoming like a suburb of Chicago, really.
Right.
And you've got a different clientele coming in, and we need to educate them about
Right.
what we are and what we have, and it's it's a challenge. We have to keep up with educating people about
Sure.
Swedish customs, and we're kind of partial to Sweden because we're Swedish.
Of course.
But if you're a Scandinavian shop, you really have to have Norwegian and Danish things, and you've got some Finns that you want to keep happy.
So your clientele is drawn from all over Chicagoland and
Yeah,
beyond.
I would say, and then people do call and will order
they?
something from other states that know that
Is
we
that right?
exist. Yeah.
And do you ship worldwide?
Not worldwide, but
No? Okay.
out of state.
Sure.
Or people that can't get over here.
I see.
That's why in the future, an internet business. We do have an little internet website.
Okay.
It's a little outdated, but that is something that will be improved in the future, and maybe reach more people.
Sure. Now I understand you speak fluent Swedish.
Yeah, I do. I went to school in Sweden. I have all my relatives in Sweden, apart from my father and my brother.
Now this
And
young
friends,
lady,
lots of friends.
But this young lady lives in Los Alamos, Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Most of the time.
But
yeah.
you come back and forth to help with the business.
Yeah. I need to be a part of this place
Absolutely.
because it's so much a part of me.
Yeah, that's
And
well said.
my dad can't run it forever, and we will continue it.
But we all know your
whatever way we
dad.
can. Yeah, exactly.
We all know your dad.
Yeah, and he's been photographed with past mayors of Geneva. I have, I'm working on an album of all the articles about
neat,
him over
neat.
the years, and when he was younger, and And when he took over from
Sure.
my godmother, he was the one who actually brought in more Scandinavian things. She had some,
Okay.
and she had other things. But then it was realized by him that, you know, there really is a market for Scandinavian items. So he kind of brought more of the Scandinavian to the shop when he got involved.
So we
with her.
expanded the reach.
Yeah.
In essence.
Yeah.
And the selection.
Yeah, and he actually even he was, I think it was about in the 50s
Really?
or so that he kind of knew. My godmother and him were distant relatives. They had cousins that were related, so it wasn't like a direct blood relationship.
Sure.
But he was coming over. He wanted to emigrate to the U.S.
Really?
He wanted to leave Sweden. He liked what was going on here, the freedom. And
So how young of a man was he when he immigrated?
Oh, he was probably in his 30s.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say, yeah, like maybe mid-30s, somewhere around there.
That's a big step.
It is. And leaving
Wow.
his family and his mother and father. And
I
he's
immigrated
really,
from Oak Park to Geneva.
From Oak Park?
Yes, it was, it was traumatic. But we made the adjustment.
Well,
Oak
that's a
Park,
nice
yes.
town.
It's lovely.
I went there last year to see finally the Frank Lloyd Wright House, which I'd never
Oh, it's
seen.
beautiful. We have a lot of architecture here in Geneva.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Frank.
Yeah.
And
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
true.
I need to beef up on my
you do.
Geneva architecture.
And a lot of his students
Yes.
helped build a lot of our facilities, including City Hall.
I didn't know that.
Isn't that wild?
That's great. I know he reached out a lot of different places.
I know.
Frank
It's
Lloyd Wright.
amazing. So we're stuck in the middle of this Swedish experience, the Scandinavian experience we call the gift box.
Yeah.
Why is it called the gift box?
You know, that's something that my godmother probably came up with.
Really?
I'm sure.
It's simple.
It's simple. There are a lot of other stores that are called that.
Is that right?
If you look it up online, you know, there are other places that have that similar name.
Okay.
But the Scandinavian was always attached to it
I see.
in some way, even from the beginning.
So where it says the gift box, Scandinavian imports, that was always part of it.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if the exact wording was exactly the same.
It says Maria is here.
Yeah, right.
That's what it says.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Otherwise,
That's
my
right.
dad is here. And
Wow.
when
And of
he
course,
can
the
be.
famous Dala horse,
Yeah, yeah.
which of course is over here.
Yeah, we've
And I'm
got,
going to sneak over here and grab one. This is cool.
And we're going to get in some different ones too.
This
that
is so
are
cool.
made. They're from a province called Dalarna in Sweden.
Dalarna.
It's a beautiful beautiful part of Sweden. I mean, I've been there many, many, many times, and I've been to the factory where these are made, and you can go as a tourist
Oh, no kidding.
and see them creating these things. I mean, basically, it's a block of wood, and it's cut out. The first stage of it is cut out, and then it goes through many phases to
Okay.
get it to this shape. And then, of course, it's hand carved to give it this shape, and then it's dipped in one color.
Does it
and
matter?
that dries,
Is
and
there
then they have to-
significance with the
well,
different
hand
colors?
You know, the Dala horse.
Because I've seen the orange, the red, the
Yeah,
blue.
there's a lot of different Dala horses
There are.
in Dalarna. This is
Okay.
one of them.
I
There are
see.
many more, and we have a few others up there, but
Right.
there's many more, and you know, a lot of times we try to get a lot of those different ones too. We're just a
What's
little
the
low.
Dala horse represent?
Well, in the old days, maybe 1800s or prior to that, if you had a horse, you know, there was small little farms in Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
and if you had a horse, then you were okay.
Oh,
Because
is
the
that
horse
right?
could do all the tilling and the
It was a sign of status.
farming. Yeah, it was
Really?
for the small farmer, and they started carving horses. They just started whittling horses, and it just became this. It was a trade item. If you didn't have the money to buy something,
Really? This
you
was
could
the
trade a
original
horse.
barter?
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
So
they
what could
become
I get
this
for this?
symbol of. It's,
Probably a new suit.
yeah, $125.
Holy
Expensive.
mama, really?
Yeah.
Why is it so valuable?
Well, first of all, the dollar is low now.
Okay.
Okay, that's hurt us a lot. The dollar's low. We used to be able to get more goods for our
Okay.
dollar.
So the import's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a big challenge.
Wow.
And people have to understand that this is not made in China. This is made in Sweden. This is handcrafted. They're all different. And you know, it's affected our business.
Sure, I bet it
And
is.
it is challenging.
And what kind of wood is this? Do you know? Is it?
Pine, it's probably pine,
Is
I
it?
guess.
Okay.
I think it's pine. That I'm not quite sure, but I
if
think
I-
it's probably pine.
As an Irish guy,
Yeah.
I've got a Dala horse at City Hall, of course.
Yeah.
Is there a special time of year where you should have your Dala horse proudly displayed for?
Any time of year.
Any time of year.
If you're a Swede and you're a proud Swede, I mean, this is like one of the biggest selling souvenir items in Sweden.
Really?
Yeah.
And you probably have the market cornered here in Geneva.
I think so. I don't think anybody else has doll horses.
No, isn't that wild?
So. Yeah, we're working on getting some. There's a lot of different ones.
They come very small.
And
they come very big.
And we call. We've had big ones. Like this.
Wow.
And if you go to the factory, they have a huge one out there, and you can climb on it and
is that right?
Take pictures. And,
well, you should do that out here on State Street.
Yeah.
Get one we can climb on.
A big one.
Yeah.
They had the dollar horse. You know how the cows they had in Chicago?
Yes.
The Lindsberg, they've done that in Santa Fe too. They did painted ponies, and they did in Lindsberg. They have the dollar horse, so they had different artists paint, and they had this all over town. And
were they then auctioned off?
That would be a cool idea for Geneva.
Yes,
really
it would
cool
be.
Idea.
Absolutely.
Maybe. I mean, it's not like we'd be copying them, but I mean,
no, not at all.
You could do
it's
something
unique.
like that.
Because
a lot of artists around here.
A lot of folks aren't familiar with the Swedish heritage, but you're keeping it alive and well.
Yeah.
And there's more than just the dollar horse. I mean, your store is filled with the more.
Yeah.
What else do we have here that perhaps the average consumer isn't aware of?
Well, we have a lot of specialty foods, which a lot of people don't know about. Some of the, there's Swedish caviar, which I grew up with it.
Swedish caviar?
Yeah, it's delicious. Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah. This is like the peanut butter.
It's in a tube.
It's in a tube. It's tube food, yes.
It's tube food.
Mm-hmm.
So Swedish astronauts use this?
No. But that's really delicious on a piece of bread with a piece of cheese, and you squirt some of that on there, and it's kind of salty.
Doesn't that sound appetizing? You squirt some of this on there.
Yeah.
Now, who's this gentleman on the cup?
Butter. This is an old, this has been on there forever. Kalles. Kalle is a name, a Swedish name. Kalle, like John or Peter or whatever. So this is just the brand name, and it's been probably, I don't know how long, but anyway. A lot of people come here for this because you can't find this everywhere. Yeah.
Now, what's the taste? What's the texture?
It's made of it's caviar. It's cod roe. It's roe.
Really?
And it has vegetables and stuff in it. But it's kind of a salty flavor.
No kidding.
But if it's an acquired taste.
I can only imagine.
This is like a staple.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's like peanut butter in the United
It's like
States.
Dunkin' Donuts to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just put that on your Dunkin' Donuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Augustana College, a great Swedish school.
Yeah.
So, and I've had the pleasure of meeting the King and Queen of Sweden before, years ago.
I was thinking about going to one of those. I ended up going to Northern, but I wanted to go to one of those colleges up there.
It was fun.
Gustavus Adolphus was one I had.
Oh, of course, up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, gorgeous.
But I ended up going
I went on a full ride scholarship because I'm Irish.
Oh,
they needed to meet a quota. Okay, let's continue around the store.
Speaking of jokes, I'm sorry.
Maria, in addition to all you offer here in the store, you also provide very special service to folks who request very special items. Is that right? Mm-hmm. And we're joined by the store manager, my high school friend, Jane, class of 1983, Geneva Community High School. Jane, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the special requests, do you get a lot of those?
We do. When we really do try to bend over backwards to get things for the customers that they really want.
So they come in and they request something that you don't provide normally.
If we don't carry it in the store at all times,
is that right?
We do have companies that work with us that will send us just
okay.
that one item or
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you order those from primarily the United States, or are they all over?
Well, companies that order from Sweden, Norway,
is that right?
Denmark. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
They're the representatives of the companies in the United States.
Oh, that's fascinating. And how much of that is your typical business week or business month?
Probably in a month, maybe, I want to say 25 to 30%.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Are there mostly folks that come in and say, gosh, I love everything you have, but I'm looking for something
Yes.
Yes. No kidding.
That's big time, yeah.
So you had talked earlier about expanding your internet presence, and that might be one area.
That'll be a future project for us.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. But the internet is something important that everybody needs to have, up to date.
But it'll never replace that personal interaction.
Yeah. People come here for that. I mean, we do provide that.
Customer service
is key.
in any business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially in this day and age, I mean, you've got to sell enough to make it, and it's hard. So you really do have to go that extra mile.
Wow. So Maria and Jane,
trying to
give
think.
me some specific examples of stuff or of products that somebody might want to order that you don't normally provide. Is it food?
Like
Is
the
it some-
food, the ham.
The hams that we carry, we can special order a Christmas ham.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a Swedish Christmas
It's a
ham.
Swedish Christmas ham.
And if I'm a grandfather, or I'm soon to be a grandfather, which I'm not, and I want to buy a special gift for someone young, but it's something authentically Swedish, maybe an outfit or something like that. Can I come to you as well and
Yes.
request that? I can. And you'll provide me all the insight of what I need to order.
Yes.
And, well, that's fascinating. What is something that the average Geneva resident doesn't know about the gift box that they should know or perhaps would find interesting to know?
Well, I would say that we're an import store,
Oh, okay.
and we have higher price items. Wouldn't you say that is a
Yeah.
big thing? We
We
don't.
also, we also have a great card selection downstairs in our basement.
Ooh, downstairs.
And we have
Yeah.
Swedish books. We have a lot of Scandinavian books.
Oh, is that right?
We have a lot of neat books downstairs.
Can we take a look at the downstairs? Mm-hmm. That'd be great.
Yeah, like the book side or whatever. Yeah.
We are now subterranean in the gift box.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks don't know you have a.
This is a bit, my godmother, she remodeled here and opened. We used to call it the big hole.
Ah,
But anyway, she opened that up, and so we have this whole floor down here
amazing.
in the basement.
It's
And it's kind of a
fantastic.
neat. Whoever did it, the architect,
Oh, it's beautiful.
it's really great. And it's
beautiful. The exposed brick and the wood.
There may be, some. We're working on trying to.
So I mean, there's
displays that are better.
there's great items here. Check this out. These are little.
Yeah, I mean, we got luggage tags. We've got
Look at
these.
that.
We sell tons of. These are for your tree
Oh, is that right?
to put on the Christmas tree.
During the
They're a string
holidays.
of flags. Oh, we've got these little toothpick
Oh, for-
flags.
oh,
For
for-
people who are having cakes and
For hors d'oeuvres and stuff, or whatever.
just
Oh,
for,
that's neat.
like Scandinavian.
Little candles.
Sell a lot of those. And
Wow.
then, lots of specialty candles. We have like the angel chimes. I don't know anybody else who sells angel chimes, but they were sold in the 50s.
These
My
were
godmother,
no
yeah.
kidding.
And they're a
Holy
Swedish
moly.
design product.
That's great.
I don't have one. I have one upstairs, but
Now, what's the difference between a
These-
Swedish design?
yeah, I mean this is the original Swedish design.
Oh, so the heat from the
1948.
candle helps spin
Yeah, it
them.
spins around. So this is like a Christmas item that is
Oh, I
always
see.
we sell it year round.
No kidding.
And we carry the candles. We have a lot of good candles here. We have really 100% styrene that fit in a lot of the Swedish candle holders
Okay.
that we sell upstairs. Different size candles. These people come here just to buy these.
Is that right?
This is the best candle
And,
on the
and
planet.
what's the significance of this candle?
Well, it's got holes in it.
Oh.
See, the wax drips into these holes.
No
If
kidding.
you have a nice candle holder and you want to burn a candle, you got to buy this candle.
Wow.
Bar
That's
none.
thank you.
Yeah. But on
The inventory is enormous.
yeah, and it's now we're after Christmas, so now we're
Right.
a little lower because we've been selling
But
out a lot of stuff.
it's
but
deceiving, though. You come
it's
into
a lot of detail, a lot of little things, a lot of things hidden around. People like to explore.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Now look at all the card collection. This is incredible.
yeah, there's a lot of cards. We've had that for a while. People do, pile up on cards here.
Are there specifically Swedish cards too?
Yes, we do have an area of that, and that is getting kind of low because I'm
Is
working
it
on
written?
getting some
Are they
more.
written in Swedish?
There's some, yeah, there is some over there.
Wow, fantastic.
Over here. This is a Swedish artist, Ina Stenberg. She's dead and gone, but her art lives on. These are all
Oh,
the
that's
Swedish
pretty.
costumes.
Nice.
This is $1 now,
Okay.
which is where the horses come from, and they have very colorful costumes. And my
Beautiful.
mother had this one, and I still wear it. It's pretty beat
You
up.
do?
Yeah, I haven't worn it in a while, but I can wear it. But it's so worn out that
So
I really
fragile
need to get.
and-
Yeah, I mean she wore it so much at the Swedish days in the Good Templar Park.
Sure.
They have
I go there every
Father's
year.
Day. Yeah, I went. I didn't go this last year, but I went the year before.
Yeah, it's a
and
neat
that
ceremony.
that is something that is really neat about Geneva.
It's
It's
a
been going
lost
on for a
little
while.
island almost. It's fantastic. In fact, it's 100+ years, I believe.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
And then, of course, Swedish Days is over 100, right? Because I bought a T-shirt.
Well, it's
100.
close. It's
Is it
getting up there
100?
toward the same age
Oh,
as the
maybe
gift
that
box.
was a Good Templar. That was 100.
Yeah, the
That's
Good
where I got
Templar.
the T-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that something?
So it's close. So Swedish Days is an old.
Oh, I know it
festival,
is.
And
And it used to be originally called
Svenskarnas dag, no?
Buttermilk Days.
Oh, did it call
that
Buttermilk
amazing?
Days? Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, interesting.
Isn't that fascinating? And then
I did not-
they said
yeah.
we should celebrate our Swedish heritage.
That's Swedes.
You know, the name Geneva,
Half,
the
well, I mean,
Junsons.
Geneva was settled by half Italians and half Swedes, isn't that
I
right?
know, it's
Is that
amazing.
right?
Imagine
Yeah.
that combination.
You know, look at all these napkins. You know, we've got, these are all imported napkins. I
Really?
mean, this is what's neat about, look at these napkins. I mean, when you have a party, you know, it's great.
It is great.
And they're sort of $5-6, but you know, it's worth it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, this is an old Varshagood. This is a pattern that we've had for a long time. This line here, we bought from them since time immemorial.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So trays, all the books. I mean, we've got books and books. We've got Scandinavian cookbooks.
Now,
We've got Norwegian cookbooks.
Okay, you got to help me out here. Scandinavian food. What is different? What is unique? What is cool? What is appetizing?
Well, a lot of fish.
A lot of fish.
A lot of fish. I mean, Scandinavia is on the Baltic Sea.
Sure.
There's a lot of good fish. Norwegian. I mean, I've been on the Norwegian coastal voyage. I had some of the most unusual fish I have ever had in my
Is that
life
right?
on the Norwegian coastal voyage. Because we used to sell when we had the travel. We closed the travel now, but
Right.
we did a lot of Scandinavian business.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Specialty for Scandinavia because we knew it well. My father and. But Scandinavian food is. I guess it's kind of.
Is it an acquired
It's
taste?
considered bland.
It is.
But I like it. I mean, I like it because I'm Scandinavian, but
Sure.
a lot of salmon, a lot of nice vegetables, lots of casseroles.
But it's healthy.
It's very healthy because there's a lot of fish, and
I
it's
see.
hard. It's hard to get good, nice fish here.
Is that right?
Like we live kind of landlocked, but
Right.
the thing is, it is a very healthy diet,
Interesting.
and if you go there, you know, you see why everybody's. They're pretty healthy, you
Sure,
know. I mean,
sure.
overall, I mean,
That's
not
neat.
everybody. I mean, they have McDonald's just like we do in this
Of course.
country. They've
So
got
their
all
fillet
that
of fish
fast
is
food.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fillet
So
of-
we have a lot of books here. We have books on Swedish knitting.
Do you have a lot of families that come in with their young ones and say, I want my daughter or son to appreciate the heritage? Do you have a book that can help me start?
Well, I think these are, if you have someone that is, they're all in English, and her name is Elsa Besko. Here's an example. We sell a lot of these. Elsa Besko, my mother was a school teacher in Sweden, Ingrid. That's her
Really?
name. And she used to sell a lot of these books. She'd be down here and she'd tell people about these books.
Oh, neat.
And they're all in English. She was an illustrator. And if you want to expose your children to, you know, Scandinavia,
Yeah.
Sweden, these are the books for that. And
No kidding.
they're wonderful.
Now this is pronounced, is it Pele?
Pelle, yeah,
Pelle.
Pelle.
The window people. Very impressive.
Yeah, this is a story about a little boy who wants a new suit, and so he goes to his grandmother, and they weave the cloth. First they go to the sheep, and they get the sheep, and he shears the sheep,
Wow.
and then look at his little grandmother. Isn't she adorable? There are
She is adorable.
That's like you know in the
Looks
past.
like my prom date.
Your prom date. And then she cards the wool, and they process all the wool, and then she goes to somebody and spins all it into cloth, and then he dyes it. He dyes the fabric. I've done all this because I was.
It's almost like a
weaving
book on
major.
sustainability, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, this is. Look at this old. This is $1 and a cloth.
Oh, yeah.
here.
Oh, my gosh.
And she's weaving the fabric, and then he goes to someone who makes him the suit. It's from beginning to end, the whole process.
Holy
which
moly.
we are so not connected to where things come from anymore.
Right,
And I think
right.
Sweden, Scandinavia, they're a little more in tune with nature,
Okay.
and we could learn a lot from them about
Sure.
you know going out into the woods and picking mushrooms or whatever. You know, I mean, there's a lot to be said for. So there's a ton of these books here.
That's neat.
Elsa. I mean, these are, you know, I don't think there's any other bookstore that has those.
I could
around
imagine. I'm
anywhere.
sure there's not.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
So.
So what else do we need to know? I mean, it's a fascinating
Specialty
tour.
Candles,
It's a
Specialty
fascinating
Candles,
tour.
We got lots of cool Scandinavian books.
Whether I'm Swedish or
Yeah.
Scandinavian
If you
or just want to
if
learn
you
more
wanna
about the culture.
learn, Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I can come in and ask for Maria Jonsson.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not here, ask for Jane.
Jane or my dad, if
Or
he's
your
here,
dad, Leonard, the
Yep.
famous Leonard.
Yeah, he's an institution transition.
Now, how young is your father?
88 years young.
88 years young. Isn't that something?
He's going to be 89 this year, so he's
No kidding.
He's slowing down a little bit.
Well, heck. We'll have to send him a birthday.
He's when he can be, he's down here.
Oh, I know.
And people come in and ask for him, and if he's not here, you know, there's something missing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's a
you know,
very
it's-
special man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really
and,
neat.
You know, I love him a lot, and he's still kicking.
Well, he must be very proud of you.
Oh well, yeah. I love this place. I want to keep it going. And
Good.
Keep it vital.
Well, what can you tell our viewers? They want to learn more about what you offer? Where you're located, your phone number, all that good stuff.
Well, our phone number is 630-232-4151.
Well, that's easy to remember.
We're normally open now for January and February. We're going to be closed on Mondays.
Okay.
Because it's the slow season.
Sure.
It's winter. We're taking Sunday, Monday off now. Now we're open from Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
Great.
And on the weekends, we have a Swedish woman working here
Really?
from Chicago. Her name is Kerstin Bruson.
Kerstin Bruson.
Kerstin Bruson.
I think I know her.
Yeah, maybe you probably met her.
Yeah.
Saturday. She's out here on Saturdays. Jane is here the rest of the time. I'm around, when I
When
can
you need to be.
Yeah, and we're going to keep this place going, no matter what. So don't come in and see what we have. And we've got Swedish clogs. I'm wearing a different kind of clog, but we've got lots of things, gift items. We've got Swedish crystal. We've got dollar horses. We've got candle holders. Swedish clogs. What did I say?
You've got everything.
And we're restocking. We're
That's
going to
awesome.
get more in, and
Great.
Just keep coming in because there's always something new.
You can't say any better
And you
than
know
that.
what?
Keep coming into the gift box at
keep coming in.
310 West State Street.
There's always things.
It's been here
around.
65 years, folks.
65
If you haven't been in here yet, you need to.
Yeah.
If you've been here before, keep coming back because there's always something special. You're doing great.
Keep it going.
You're doing great.
Yep.
Thank you again for watching Business Beat. We're here at the gift box with my good friend Maria.
And we're an import store.
And we're an import store. Don't forget that.
You
We're
pay a little
importing.
more, but it's worth it. Because
Absolutely.
if you want something really nice, you come here.
Authenticity at the gift box.
Oops.